What's going on, guys? I'm Entity Maze, here with my review on the latest Pokemon Sun and Moon anime episode, episode 53, Hori, the Great Lusamine Rescue Operation. This episode was a nice introduction to Ultra Space, and although we may dislike some parts, I want us all to stay calm. We don't want more tense feelings in this community after what's happened recently. So with that said, try and get relaxed everyone, as I will now jump right into this episode review. So the episode begins off from where the previous episode ended off, everybody riding on Solgaleo in the Ultra Wormhole, and just after a couple of seconds pretty much, they arrive in the Ultra Beast world. I've gotta say though, this shot of the entire gang and their Pokemon is pretty cool looking. Anyway, Lusamine then appears, but appears to have been merged with Nilego, making her what we call in the games, Mother Beast Lusamine. And yo, it's so awesome to see her like this in the anime. It was the best surprise in the Sun and Moon games. Such a cool concept and design. But unlike the games, Lusamine here is actually trapped in this form and screaming for help, as of course she isn't evil, it's Nilego who's controlling her, which already this is a nice difference from the games. Anyway, Lily then runs towards Lusamine when she hears her pain, but thanks to Nilego, Lusamine makes Ultra Space Rocks target Lily, which Ash then saves her from getting hurt. But Mother Beast Lusamine then starts to flee, so the gang follow her, but she then creates a wall of rocks blocking their way. Which I've gotta say, this is pretty clever of the episode to use the Ultra Space surroundings as obstacles. But, thanks to the characters pitching in to do some damage on the rock, they manage to break it and move forward to Lusamine, which is where she then sends out her Solgaleo, who has been controlled by Ultra Energy, making it more powerful to then take care of the classmates. However, Kiori decides to stay behind and battle it while the others move on. And well, that's pretty much it for the rest of the episode. The gang keep moving forward, but Lusamine keeps sending out her Pokemon, which the classmates then decide to stay behind to battle them, along with some of Ash's Pokemon. Litten finally got a chance to shine. Well, kind of. It was very brief. Hopefully you get more screen time after this arc. Regardless though, we pretty much see all the classmates beat Lusamine's Pokemon in battles, but then we came to the last one, which was Clefable, and only Lily was left and she felt confident enough to stop it. How she did this wasn't by battling it though, but rather trying to get through its control by hugging it and sharing fun memories with it, which this works. But I've gotta say, this was very predictable, as we know Clefable meant a lot to Lily in the past, and well, Lily isn't really a great battler anyway. But it was a nice difference compared to just battling it. Oh yeah, of course I have to mention this though. Protect the smile! It's so cute. Anyway, the episode then ends off with one last shot of Ash chasing down Mother Beast Lusamine. So with that storytelling said, let's now move on to my overall thoughts on this episode. Firstly for the story, it was rather simple, just hit and run. But finally, the classmates got a chance to shine in this arc, which was by battling Lusamine's Pokemon. Now, this ain't exactly a big role, but it's better than what we saw, and pretty much the only thing they could really do, as this is meant to mostly focus on Lily and Ash, so it seems. But regardless, I found the battles to be somewhat interesting. It was nice seeing Kiori use both his fire types use combos together to hit Solgaleo, and pretty much how the Teeter Dance affected the classmates. But when Rowlet and Litten came to save the classmates there, that was cool. But just their time compared to Kiori was not as good. Yes, I know both battles didn't last very long nor have anything to wow factor, but I still appreciate how the anime finally gave the classmates to do something at least in this arc. Although I will say one last thing for Kiori though, I don't like how he finished off with Solgaleo using a Z move. That just happens all the time now in this anime, which is kinda boring. I want to see more strategies and move than just Z move for the win, boys! But then again, I guess it's understandable in this case that he used the Z move as Solgaleo was powered up. But hey, surely I can't be the only one who wants to see more move strategies rather than just Z moves finishing everyone off all the time. Moving on though, what kinda sucks is how the Lily moment with Clefable just makes the classmates' battles against Lusamine's Pokemon look like a joke almost, as of course the anime once again gave her the most interesting and emotional part for this episode. That's a recurring theme. But yeah, despite that disappointment that she got more time, it was actually really nice to see how she stopped Clefable. It was different. Sure, it was predictable like I said earlier on, but the emotion was nice. Although if maybe we saw flashbacks between the two before this arc, it would have made the moment feel more heartwarming. We didn't get to see the two grow up together until now pretty much. But once again, I still feel like it was a nice scene, just it could have been better than it was. But let's now talk about Mother Beast Lusamine in this episode. It was briefly explained how she merged with it I believe, but the most focus for her seems to be in the next episode, which I don't mind waiting till then to hear more and see what happens regarding the plot. This episode is just a build up basically I guess. And yeah, once again for her, the design. So cool to see in the anime. Finally, for this story section though, this episode actually kept a somewhat serious tone throughout the whole thing. There was one part which was comedy in my opinion though, which was the classmates giving this reaction, but it's not a over the top reaction like other funny faces we've seen before, so it felt alright. But good job anime creators for finally making an episode nearly fully serious, as I know many people wanted that and it feels satisfying for me too. With that said though, let's now move on to the animation and music aspects of this episode. Firstly for the animation, it was fluid throughout the whole thing, but I guess my favourite highlight was just overall how Ultra Space looked animated. I mean, it ain't the best we've ever seen, but it still looks nice to me. As for the music aspects though, I loved how the tune stopped playing to fit this reaction here, and it was a pretty cool tune too. And finally the music that played during the Lily and Clefable moment was beautiful, fit very nicely. With everything I've said in this video though, I've decided to give this episode a rating of 6.5 out of 10 at best. I didn't feel the hype I felt during the preview and news summaries, but it was still a good episode to me. And once again, the classmates got a time to shine, which is appreciable. Surprised we didn't get to see nobody battle the Legos though. But regardless, next week's episode looks cool. But the anime creators better give a logical reason to how Ash and Pikachu can use their exclusive Z move. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this episode. I'd love to hear. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this video now. So if you did enjoy, then be sure to leave a like and a subscribe for future Pokemon content. It helps out a ton. For now, this is Entity Maze, signing out.